we alive?
I think so. My gosh, that was rough.
How many people died?
Too many to count.
Too many.
Too many. Well, now we're entering the Renaissance.
It's a new age for Europe.
It is. There's new ideas, like humanism.
Humanism?
Yeah. It's this like new idea. Well, not really new because it's from Greek and Latin origin, but it's just really the idea regarding that we should be human nature and we should show that in art, poetry, and even our conversations in daily life.
You're so right. You know, have you heard the new phrase, a Renaissance man?
No, what is
I
that?
know. It's all about, you know, being pretty well-rounded. Instead of just having one skill and one focus. Be advanced in thought.
Kind of does it all.
Yeah, it does it all.
Wow.
The Renaissance man's proficient in art, music, poetry, writing, everything.
Wow.
It's a new thing.
Wow, it's pretty cool. I mean, what other kind of art? Like, was there anything like cool created recently that you know of that you heard about?
Oh, don't get me started. Oh my days. Did you see Leonardo da Vinci's Mona Lisa?
No, I didn't.
No. It's so, like, the realism, like, it shows a girl.
Wow. And, like, how would you describe, like, her face? Like, is there an emotion there, or does it show the real human emotion of not knowing?
Yeah.
Wow.
She has a slight smirk. But, no, it's just her. There's nothing else. Nothing fancy.
It's really interesting.
Yeah.
I heard about the dome being invented. The nice building at the Florence Cathedral, I think is what they call it now. Yes. When I saw it for the first time, I was amazed. I'd never seen something like that, and Brunicelli's work it enlightened me. Really, it's all I have to say. It just was incredibly.
I've never seen anything like it. I don't know how they make it stand. How does it just fall in?
And the people that funded it, the patrons, oh my gosh, they had so much money. They have to control the government, you know? It has to be something like that. Have you heard about them?
I've heard a few.
Do you know? I mean, I think it's an M.
The Medici family?
Yes, them. They are so involved within the Catholic.
Funding a lot.
Yes.
Funding lots of things. Like Christopher Columbus?
The guy who tried to go to India but actually went to the Americas?
Yeah.
Whoa. He funded that?
Yeah, the Medici family, they were funding it.
Whoa.
I don't even know Americas.
That has to be another world, right?
It's weird, yeah. New world.
New ideas, new world.
Yeah.
New ideas. There's lots of new ideas during the Renaissance, wasn't there?
These new ideas, they have been getting spread so quickly.
Wow.
You know why?
No, why?
Gutenberg.
Gutenberg?
You hear what he created?
With my finger on it. The printing press?
Yes.
Wow.
Printing press. Who would have thought of it?
Wow.
You can just print things again.
Just multiple things?
And again. And then you spread it. Everyone gets a piece copy.
Wow. And, like, what kind of language are they mostly put in?
Well, you know how everything was in Latin.
Very hard to understand, you know?
I know. Like, who's going to school to learn all that? Like, I'm not. Not me.
No.
No, it's vernacular.
Vernacular?
Yes.
So, the common language?
Yes.
That everyone in the region knows? Wow, I needed that.
They're coming out with a lot of things in German.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Very helpful.
Very helpful. Did you hear about what was it? Machiavelli? Do you know what he wrote? Oh, I wish I could know.
The Prince.
The Prince. Yes. Oh my gosh.
I think it's a whole bunch of baloney.
Really?
Yes.
I think it was revolutionary.
I don't know.
He wants to better the people, protect them.
But why does he want to be feared and not loved?
I think maybe he was never loved, and that's why he wanted to be feared. I think
sounds cruel.
He was cruel, wasn't he? Towards the end. A sad life.
Whole world.
Cool indeed. So cool. But people needed to leave their countries, didn't they? They wanted to explore.
Yeah.
They wanted to get out the sick, the plague, the economic downfall. Yeah, the Renaissance, I mean, honestly, to be a part of that time, I felt like I've changed the world. You know? And then especially from the divide of the Northern and Southern Renaissance.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
See, yeah, I went up north a part of it,
Mhm.
and it focused a lot on more so religious
Really?
things rather than just how it is down here.
Yeah. You know, we're really focused on the bettering of the people, really exploring human nature and emotions, especially.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I heard Erasmus.
Yes,
He was doing a lot of work up there.
He was.
Talking about Christian beliefs.
He was just such an inspirational guy in the North. I mean, did you see that one painting from the North Renaissance where it was the lady and the guy, and it just was so detailed oriented in the mirror and reflection?
Yeah.
It was just so beautiful.
I mean, all of it, honestly.
All
of this work that they're doing, the Last Supper, the David, all of it.
It's something I would have never imagined.
Me neither. Who could have ever imagined? Like prior, everyone was dying, the Black Death.
Yeah. I mean,
can't do anything.
And suddenly people were living. They were living important lives. They were doing things. They were excited to live.
Yeah.
You know, talking about revolutionary people such as Erasmus, I want to mention Sir Thomas More. I was reading his newest novel, Utopia.
Oh.
Yes. I was inspired personally. And then when I heard that King Henry VII absolutely killed him,
Cool.
And I didn't know what to do. I didn't know what to say, and it was heartbreaking to me because Sir Thomas More had so much potential with his revolutionary ideas, especially regarding government, that I think that King Henry VII just felt threatened. You know, he really had to just get him out of there.
I think you're on something.
And political divide was such a strong thing, and towards the end of the Renaissance, it really started to be shown between the church and the people, didn't it? The Renaissance, crazy time, wasn't it?
Man. A lot of change.
Kickstarted some things, you would say? Yeah.
New ideas. People have hope for the future.
People want change, don't they?
Yeah. We're excited to see what happens, I guess.
Yes, we will.
What?
Indulgences. Since when does...
Indulge in what?
Exactly.
The word of Jesus Christ?
I don't know. And the fact is that I went to the church with the idea of spreading the gospel.
Yeah.
And you hear this? That's the sound of what I had to pay. Coins.
For what?
They say, I should say, that they're trying to convince the public that these indulgences not only will they bring you closer to God, but when you die, you will be forgiven in heaven.
You don't have to pay money for that stuff.
That's what I thought too.
Yeah.
No,
you know what? No, I have heard about this. Because I went to church recently, and they were like, if you pay some money, you can get a relative out of purgatory.
Nonsense.
Like, who am I paying? Like,
yeah, what are you gonna do with my money for real? You know?
Exactly. You don't need the money.
No. And they were asking a weird amount, weren't they?
Yeah.
Especially for how awful they treat us and how little of a wage we're able to get when we're able to get a job.
There's a new name on the street.
Really?
Yeah. As of
It was around. I think I heard what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I heard this guy. He was talking in classes to the younger students. He was teaching these new ideas, and I think his name was Martin. What is it?
Martin Luther.
Martin Luther. Yes. I heard he is such an inspiration, but an inspiration in a bad way according to the church.
What do they have against him? Is he a pope?
He worked his entire life. He dedicated his life. He went through so many mental challenges. He faced so much, and he finally decided that it was time to give himself completely to the church. And when he did, when he went on his visit to Rome, guess what he found?
What?
The indulgences we were just talking about. They would climb up the steps, kissing each one. Millions of people would visit these places.
Yeah, Martin Luther.
Yeah. I can understand where the people that are opposing him are coming from, the instability within the monarchy, the church, the entire thing.
Yeah, he used the printing press.
Oh,
and
really?
He started translating some of the Bible.
The Bible? So the people could read it?
I know. Never done before. It's always in Latin. Oh, you gotta learn Latin. Oh, you have to go to church and hear the priest's interpretation. Yeah. You can't read it yourself.
Always what the priest say. It's
not vernacular.
It's always what they say. So, Martin Luther, I heard that he was tried to be stopped, They tried to stop him from talking to the kids, tried to stop him from teaching, which he had a passion for.
Mm-hmm.
So I heard he did something, but...
Yeah, he listened to the 95
But
Thesis.
Is that these? Right here?
Yeah,
oh my gosh. Is he talking about how the church is using the indulgences for the wrong things? Do you see that? And how indulgences don't actually buy you the pardons.
Yeah.
And if you just follow the faith to your own faith, you'll be just as fine.
That's what he says.
I need to hang these up.
Sounds way easier than it did before.
And wasn't it, the year was 1517?
Yeah.
Yes. Well, the Protestant Reformation, that truly would have been a time. Martin falling in love with the nun, that really just showed how he was willing to accept anyone, even the people that were refugees from the ongoing conflicts. And I think
a lot of conflict.
There was, especially between the Lutheran believers and the Catholic believers,
Then you got people like John Calvin.
John Calvin? I haven't...
Reading Calvinism.
Whoa.
That's
interesting.
I don't know what I'm too sure about. Do you believe in predestination?
Predestination? Like before you come to Earth?
Yeah, they believe that God decides where you go before you're even born. He already knows.
And that's why there's poverty and stuff?
Yeah.
Because your position was predetermined. Wow.
Yeah.
And it was a weird name. It was the French people that were influenced by him, the Huguenots? Yes. I've heard that since their creation, they had caused so much trouble. They were just everywhere, And almost as bad as the Habsburgs. Everyone hates the Habsburgs, don't they? Yeah. But everyone loves who? Martin Luther. So yeah, John Calvin, wasn't he from, what was that? Princess Diaries was after him? Wasn't that? Or no, just same place?
No, somewhere in Geneva, Genovia.
I can see the confusion there, yeah.
It's easy to use.
Well,
but it helps remember.
It does. So the Protestant Reformation is pretty strong, you gotta say. There was riots, fires, and especially when the church tried to burn the printing of the 95 Theses between the people, so they couldn't see what Martin had to say. And they killed his friend too. You heard about that?
I didn't.
Really sad. Made me cry.
He didn't do anything.
Yeah. And Martin was absolutely gut-wrenched after that.
Anyone would be.
But the movement that was opposed to Martin Luther, what's the name of it? I heard about them.
Counter-Reformation.
Yes.
That was just they were just trying to reform the Catholic Church from it.
Yeah, and they wanted to clarify the doctrine.
Yeah, they wanted to spread
Protestant. And they wanted to kind of change the roles of who did what within the church, which is why I think some people did join the Reformation. But that's honestly, this entire dispute was eventually kind of subsided by a certain agreement. I just can't remember. What was it?
The Council of Trent.
Yes, the Council of Trent. Although it did reject the Protestant ideas.
Yeah.
It didn't reject the Protestant people.
You can't win it all.
You can't win it all.
Yeah.
And I mean, today, in the big 2026, there's still Protestant churches, you know? And if we could just look at the Council of Trent and realize that they were really focused on education.
Well, my biggest takeaway from it was that they banned the indulgences.
They did. Because, you know, money is just something we don't want to spend. So I think it's important that we focus on our own faith, what we believe, and the changes that we're gonna bring.
Yeah, 100%.
And the people, especially. The people will always be important, especially when it comes to overthrowing monarchies, you know? But before you can overthrow a monarchy, you know, they gotta get married 6 times, right? Have you heard about Henry?
Henry?
Yes, oh my gosh. The OG player, some might call him.
Yeah. Bro.
Yeah.
I mean, who else out there created a religion, moved England away from the church just to get a divorce?
Just to get a divorce. And the craziest part, how many did he kill in total?
2.
Wow. And the other ones died.
Yeah, allegedly.
Only one survived. So, it's true. King Henry VI, joke's on you, it's King Henry VIII, he killed 6, remember that. So, he was revolutionary. Yeah. He set apart the Church of England. He created that. Like, there's no opposing. All for a girl whose name was Anne Boleyn. A baddie, some might say. I mean, come on. She obviously had something, but she couldn't bear children, could she?
No, she couldn't have a boy.
No.
That's a big no-no.
And because girls don't mean nothing back then, so yeah. But he knew what he wanted. He wanted a son. He wanted a good girl. And yeah. So what were but like when he created the Church of England, what were like 3 things that like were kind of important that separated them from Catholic Church? You know?
Okay, well, one of those things was like the king was the head of the church. Why would we do that? Like,
isn't that like kind of for a dictatorship?
Literally. And like, why are we bringing politics into the church?
Yeah.
Like, they've been doing that for Can we separate it?
Can't we just separate it? And if you're gonna separate it, at least separate it fully, you know?
Yeah, I mean,
like, and also other thing that I thought was really interesting. I don't know if this is true, but I think he believed that God created society in a way that it did not need to be changed. But it was kind of weird because didn't he try and change society by separating the church? I don't know. Maybe he was a hypocrite. Maybe that's why he could only keep one wife.
Well, then we got 30 years of war.
30 years?
30.
Oh.
I know.
Wow.
It's because of all the religious tension between the Catholics and the Protestants. And
war
for ages.
Ages. Really ages. Wow. I didn't, what was it? I feel like there had to be something that really made it continue on for 30 years.
You know what I thought was interesting?
What was that? France. They're coming back?
The war. They joined into the war. Not because they're Catholic.
They're Catholics, yeah, you're right. Why would they support the Protestants? You know?
Yeah, they come in supporting the Protestants, fighting with them. That's weird. They're Catholic.
They're Catholic, and they honestly hate them.
They were doing that just to lower the Habsburgs.
Everyone hates the Habsburgs, bro. Oh my gosh.
I mean,
makes sense.
But it's smart.
I mean, come on. Hey, petty people always win, don't they? But you know what I find interesting? France joined, right? France joined. But yet Germany is where all the destruction was. You know?
Yeah.
And I feel bad for Germany because throughout history, they've had a lot of destruction and things put on them. I mean, they do a couple bad things, don't get me wrong. But mainly, prior to that, there were some things going on. Okay, so we know the Council of Trent kind of sort of ended the Protestant and Catholic issue.
Yeah.
But I think the real question is, what could have ended the 30-year-long war? You don't know?
The peace.
The
Of
peace?
Westphalia.
That's a pretty name.
That is nice.
Pretty name for a very important, treaty.
Let them eat cake.
What? You can't say that. We're gonna get canceled.
She didn't say that anyways.
I know.
Anyway.
She was funny, wasn't she? I heard about the American Revolution.
Yeah.
1776. Yeah, they signed the Declaration of Independence. Honestly, they set
freedom.
They set freedom, yeah, and they proved that you couldn't defeat big powers, even the biggest, like Great Britain.
Yeah,
but
they made waves.
They did make waves. They really set forth the potential to go against the monarchy and to change the systems. And honestly, I believe that's what caused the French.
It inspired.
Yeah, it did inspire the French Revolution. There's so much that happened during the French Revolution.
Yeah. So, in 1789, the French Revolution began. The people, they couldn't even get bread, which, who can't live without bread? That was the most important thing at the time. These people are starving.
Queen.
And then you got the king and the queen up in the castle, the
Bastille?
No.
Palace, I would say.
Palace of Versailles.
Versailles. Oh my gosh.
The Paris, where everyone's at. No.
Lavish parties.
They built it over in Versailles.
Yeah.
Palace of Versailles. Parties all the time. All the
diamonds upon diamonds. Napoleon would dream of those himself.
We got them spending so much money, and they don't care about the people.
They don't.
Not one bit. People are starving. They're cold. They don't have homes.
They riot over bread.
Yeah.
And
so they speak up. People speak up.
They do.
They act out.
They really
comes
do.
to the French Revolution.
And it was not like French fries. No. It was honestly, if anything, like French fries, because that's what got thrown at the monarchy's face. Because they got married so young. Marie Antoinette, I think 14 and 15 was their age. And, they built such a strong connection that you almost thought that they would change. That they would change the monarchy. But truthfully, Marie she loved her lavish lifestyle. And as you can see, there's just so much to see from it. And she just was really inspired. So when the people saw this, and they saw the lavish parties and the extreme amounts of things that they had in their castle, they decided, well, let them eat cake. Let them eat cake.
So out of touch.
And after that dreadful time, there was a little bit of reign of terror for Maximilian. He did a little bit of this, he did a little bit of that.
That wasn't the answer to the issue.
It wasn't. Really That's wasn't. Why they needed, Napoleon.
We'll get there. The reign of terror, because they invented the guillotine.
Oh my god, the horror.
So now they've got this quick, easy way to just kill people. So Maximilian spread the idea, hey, let's just kill any possible traitor. So just taking out person after person after person. Unbelievable.
Was he wrong though? It worked, didn't it?
It wasn't the answer.
So yeah, his reign of terror was pretty dang dark, hence the name, terror. But honestly, I think that was just preparing the French people for what was to come. Don't you?
Yeah, because then they had to deal with people like Napoleon. Well, now we got Napoleon Bonaparte, who's coming in and spreading these revolutionary ideas to people.
Revolutionary. Revolutionary in kind of a let's get them off their feet kind of way. I think that an important part of Napoleon was the fact that he started from a small island. That the island was so far away from France, and when he got a scholarship to come to France and to fight, he fought harder than any other soldier there. So after a couple bad actions in the military, a couple not listening to the generals, the majors, a couple bad things, just a couple, he was exiled. But he had so many supporters that he was able to come back and kick back up his little cause. Now, was he successful? Unfortunately, no. But did he bring a little bit of economic prosperity and political change to France? You could say so. And I mean, there's not much else besides people wanting change,
Change. Indeed. And the people just want to change. They were tired of this absolute monarchy where they were just up over here doing nothing for the people. They're only focused on themselves. Because what I find interesting is in France, there was the first estate, second estate, and the third estate.
3.
Yeah. You got the first estate and the second estate making decisions, having more power. Mainly first estate, but so it's
So the 3 states.
And then you got the third estate. 98% of the population. And they have no say in anything.
Not a single vote.
0. And that's why they're mad. They have no say in government, they have no food, they have nothing. You got these people over here doing absolutely nothing for them.
Wow.
Then we have the French Revolution. They storm the Bastille, they revolt, they do all this stuff. And then they take the king and the queen to a guillotine. Both of them.
But separate times, right? It was the
separate
king.
Time. But yeah, the king rode in a closed carriage.
Decency.
Privacy. He's off to his death. The queen, they had her in an open carriage. She was exposed.
Shame.
They were just disrespecting her.
She had a lot of mean names, didn't she?
Yeah.
A lot of things said about her.
She really just cared about her kids, too.
She really did love her kids.
Yeah.
God forbid a girl wants to eat some cake. But I think the important thing is, speaking of kids,
kids.
Way in the future, like way after the French Revolution, revolution this, revolution that, war this, war that.
Yes.
I think new ideas and new technologies. I can't do it anymore. I mean, look at you, look at me.
What's wrong? What's wrong with the way we look?
I mean, just look at the conditions. Look at what it did to your hair. Like, it just... I can't work in these factories anymore.
Honestly, same. After I saw that girl get caught in the factory...
No.
And she died, I've been traumatized since. No. But, I mean, any money we can get.
Yeah, I mean, we can't even go to school anymore. It's gotten so bad, The age requirement, it's really, honestly, it's kind of destroyed my family too.
Really?
My parents, it's hard for them to find work. Yeah. And the work they do find is so physically demanding that by the 14-hour shift is over, when they get home, all they can do is sleep. If we can afford to eat, maybe that.
Yeah. No, I understand. I wake up before the sun rises, come to work, sun sets, come home from work, go to sleep, and again, and again. No time for school or anything.
I mean, like, the new technologies, I guess they're cool if we were able to enjoy them.
I know.
Like, the factory
and what
machine.
Does capitalism have to do with us?
Real.
We can't do nothing.
There's nothing we can do about it. All we can do is just look at our leaders and hope that one day there'll be change.
But, I mean, the late 18th century, it's not a big change.
It is.
With all of this going on. I mean,
some people wanted to protect us,
Yeah.
They wanted change for us, even when we couldn't speak up. It's just, I mean, the factories are hard. Don't get me wrong. I mean, we're 11-year-old boys. You know, it's hard for us. We want to have friends. We want to help our parents out, but we also want to know what our parents like and what they enjoy in life. So, I'm grateful. Even though those trials, you know, there's a lot of sketchy things going on. When my boss asked me a question, I had to lie, because it was either I lie or I die. You know
I
what
mean, yeah. No, I completely understand. I had to lie too.
Yeah.
They were like, "Is he making you guys work long hours?" I said, "No."
Is the working conditions unsafe? I mean, I told them, no, they're pretty safe. But my best friend Timmy, he lost his pinky toe. And that was just the smallest incident I've seen. I've seen men lose their lives, women lose their hands, multiple injuries, almost every week. So while there has been change within the workforce, especially child labor laws, you guys got to think about the influence it has on us and what we're actually able to say and why it's taken so long.
I mean, I think all the new machines are cool. Like, all the things we can make, it's cool. I don't want to do it, but it's cool.
It's cool. And I mean, there's just so much going on throughout the world, like in the Americas, you know. So much stuff. The cotton, the steam press, the steam engine, I meant. You know, just so much stuff being invented. It's just a time of constant changes, not even just physically, but mentally too.
Yeah.
You know?
I think we're seeing obviously there's been social class issues for ages. I think we're seeing a greater divide with all these new economic changes.
Yes.
And capitalism, the private ownership.
Oh my gosh. Wasn't his name Karl
Marx? Yes.
What a guy.
Marx.
Didn't he kind of sort of start communism in a way towards the end?
Yeah, something like that.
Something like that.
I mean, Karl Marx, he didn't really believe in capitalism. He believed in socialism. So he thought that us workers should have control over the resources and all that stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, interesting takes, yeah.
Interesting. Definitely different, you know. I mean, someone could maybe do a little something with that, but
all the new inventions, the spinning jenny, the steam engine.
Oh my god.
What created that?
Yeah.
I mean, what else he had? The loom, the power loom. List goes on.
List really does.
Yep.
Really cool inventions.
Overall, the Industrial Revolution, it really had major economic impacts. Because now you got fast production, selling, trading, all this stuff. It also changed a lot of social things with
expectations, roles in education, especially for kids.
Yeah. I mean, really. And then there's future concerns for competition between different nations, wanting to be the top with resources.
Yeah, you know, imperialism really played a major factor into that. Who's going to be the most dominant? And I think that countries maybe focus too much on that.
I think so too.
And I think the future, we should think about everyone, especially young kids. This is current day us, Aubry,
Layla,
and we really enjoyed playing our characters. I played a Renaissance person. Layla played a painter, you know. Yeah. I also played Martin Luther in his robe.
I was just a scholar of Martin Luther.
And then during the French Revolution, I played Napoleon.
And I was just representing Marie Antoinette.
And then our most favorite one, I would say, was
the Industrial Boys.
The Industrial Boys, you know. Those just really spoke to us, and yeah, we just really enjoyed this project. Anything to say?
I think I can speak for both of us that we didn't know much about Europe prior, and now we have a lot of knowledge, and we're gonna get 5s.
We're gonna get 5s, and I think the most important thing is that we had so much fun during third period this year. Like, the projects were so much fun, the learning. And the notes, while they were tedious, I really did learn a lot from the notes,
Yeah,
you know?
same. Like all the projects.
Yeah, thank you for being our teacher.
Thank you.
Really appreciated it. Bye.